going on, everybody? Here. Disappointed, sad. Our Las Vegas Raiders lose 19-26 to, let's face it, the better team, the Cincinnati Bengals. This game, so full of highs and lows, and this season as a whole full of highs and lows. We had, first off, I want to say, overall, for what we dealt with, good season by the Las Vegas Raiders. Dealt with the Ruggs stuff, dealt with the Gruden stuff, which hopefully more comes out of it for the other coaches, because that's bullshit, and so on and so forth. Dealt with a lot of adversity, releasing first round picks, just a lot of stuff, a lot of adversity, a lot of things I had to deal with. Still ended up 10-7, still ended up the 5th seed, ended up in the playoffs for the first time since 2016, and even then we didn't have our starting quarterback. Now we're here. We played okay. The Bengals showed why they're the better squad, and that's basically what happened. So the Bengals are definitely the better team. I don't want to take anything away from what the Bengals did. I think, did they punt? They punted once or twice the entire game. They got nonstop field goals and touchdowns. We couldn't do anything about it. That's just, it is what it is. Carr, he made some great throws. He also did a couple boneheaded plays as well. Zay Jones made some catches. Waller made some catches. Renfro did too. We had some drops, but we couldn't stop anything. We made that stop at the end of the game to give us a shot at the end of the fourth quarter. Heart racing, those cardiac Raiders just continuing to do that. And we had a chance at the very end. We had a chance to at least tie it, maybe go for 2 at the end. But man, it's again overall decent game by the Las Vegas Raiders. Again, the better team won. The better team definitely won. And again, kudos to the Bengals squad. Joe Burrow is a beast. He's a monster. I'm very jealous of that quarterback. Great pocket awareness. He's already a top QB in the league right now. He's a great vision and everything. So congrats to the Bengals. Good luck to the Bengals too in the playoffs. I want to see how far they go. Those Bengals fans, they haven't seen a playoff win in years, so this is great for them. Gotta feel for them too. They deserved it. They got it. They did what they could to win it. And as bad as we played, we did have a shot at the end. We just couldn't execute. That last play to Zay Jones. I know Carr loves Zay Jones. I'm a Zay Jones fan too, but it was a force to Zay Jones. I think it was on like the 2-yard line. 2 guys were smothering him. So even if Zay would have caught it, he wouldn't have scored. So I'm questioned by that play. Now, again, after this season in review, that adversity, 10-7, 5th seed, lose to the better team Bengals by 7 points at the end of the game. It is what it is. Now there's a lot of question marks for next season, because a report came out early this morning that Carr and the Raiders have a mutual agreement to see if they're going to stay together or part, and I guess a lot of it has to do with who the quarterback's going to be. Who the head coach is going to be. So that raises the question: is Carr not a big fan of Rich? Does he have somebody in mind? Does he want Harbaugh? It's just a lot of questions in mind. And even, do we want to bring Carr back? Now, Carr's made a lot of great plays in this season. He's also made a lot of plays that make you question things as well. But I'm not going to say he's a bad quarterback. He's a pretty good quarterback. But it just depends what direction we want to go in as a franchise. Do we want to continue with Carr, sign a couple guys, our line needs some help, our defense needs help, and build around Carr? Or do we want to press a soft reset button where we maybe trade Carr for some picks, get a new quarterback, get a stopgap quarterback, use Mariota? We didn't get to see Mariota play much of all season. He's a free agent, I believe, so he'll be gone. I know everybody wanted to see him play at least a full game. That didn't get to happen. So it just remains to be seen. Are we going to do a full reset? Like I said, draft a young quarterback, start him right away. Trade Jacobs and Renfro and Waller and just fully refresh. I don't think we'll do that. Vegas is money. I think they want to keep having the Raiders be in the playoffs at the very least. It was fun having them in the playoffs, but again, where do we go from here? It's a lot of question marks right now. Who do we keep? Who's going? Coaches, players. Carr is a big magnifying figure in the franchise because there's people that love Carr, people that hate Carr, it's just a big, giant discussion in Raiderland. So, nonetheless, great season. I'm glad we got to see them in the playoffs. I haven't seen them in actuality in the playoffs in so long. So I was really happy to see them in the playoffs compete, show that we belong there. But at the end of the day, lose to a better squad than the Bengals. And I can admit that they're a better squad. Jamar Chase did whatever he wanted, and I think Joe Burrow's the better quarterback too. Joe Burrow's better than Derek Carr, and he's barely in his second year. No knock on Carr, but I think Burrow's going to see pretty big things in the future. You have the NFL future is in great hands with young quarterbacks. You have Mahomes, of course. You have Herbert, who's a monster. Then you have Joe Burrow, who's a killer too. We'll see if who else steps up. Is Trey Lance from the Niners going to be a heavy hitter? It remains to be seen. But a lot of good young quarterbacks in this league right now. There's the Fields of the world too. Trevor Lawrence, first overall pick, didn't have a great season, but maybe he will eventually. Just 1 year. So again, great overall season, good overall season, and a lot of question marks raised in Raiderland too. What's next? Is Carr going to come back? Are we going to reset? We're going to fully reset. Are they going to throw the bag at Mariota? I highly doubt it. Again, he barely played this year, and I believe his contract is over too. So we shall see. It might be a whole different Raiders squad next year. But we lose to the Bengals. Congrats to them and their fan base. This is The Hair. Out.